Welcome to another episode of the Bethesda Brothers Podcast. I am the KingFanMan, joined with my co-host Joey Caps Gaming. Brother Joe, how are you doing today?
King, I think I'm all right, King. I think I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to be back with you. And of course, we've got Bethesda news on our plate today. Some pretty good Bethesda news. In fact, Starfield, second anniversary, and we got a tease for what's coming. Plus, we're going to talk about some new people at Bethesda, and then we might have another story about a former Bethesda guy talking about the way things are currently. So we've got a lot on our plate today. I want to start with Starfield. Starfield's second anniversary. Of course, everybody's expecting the Starfield update, the Starfield DLC, and we got this tease from Bethesda. This is not a leak, and it says Terra Armada. So is this the name of the coming DLC? Is this hinting what the content's going to be for the DLC? It's obviously a hint. Bethesda loves to hint their future content. The only thing I know about Terra or Terran, of course that's the word for Earth, there is in Starfield something called the Terran Preservation Society. Joe, I don't know if you remember in game. You remember the big luxury ship? I think the only way you can get on it is through the what's the pirate? Crimson Fleet quest line. It's that big. It's a cruise ship, is what it is. But anyway, they're having a party, and it's the Terran Preservation Society. Well, it turns out if you read all the stuff about the Terran Preservation Society, it's a scam. They're just taking in money from rich people and anybody. And I wonder what they're doing with that. Are they building an armada? Is that what the Terran Preservation Society is? Or is there an armada coming to invade Earth in that solar system? I don't know. What does this mean, the Terran Armada? Earth's Armada.
Yeah, King. I have no idea. all I hope is this, just like everybody else. I hope that it brings this excitement
back.
And it brings positive expectations back to this game.
Yes.
That's what I hope.
Yes.
That's all I hope that this DLC does. Now, if it would be really cool. I mean, I guess maybe because planet Earth is barren. It would be cool in this DLC, maybe if there was a spot on planet Earth that's not so barren anymore. Yeah. That would be cool, but then you're talking about altering the game. And I don't know if they would want to do that.
Well, maybe that somebody is and I'm just spitballing here with you. What is it called when you terraforming? Maybe somebody's terraforming and bringing back the livestock, and not livestock, but the plants and stuff. It could be something like that. You know, I thought in my head, because Tim Lamb, the creative producer, I was trying to get his name right, creative producer for Starfield, they did a spotlight on him last week, and he was talking about what's coming. And he said that there's a whole team dedicated to making space travel more rewarding. And then he kind of talked about what's coming up. He said there are new gameplay systems, things that players have been asking for, and a few smaller delights. So on top of space play, he said these other three things. And now we get teased something about an armada. It seems like a lot of this coming DLC might take place in space or being space related. And Armada is either a lot of ships or several big ships in my mind. Maybe we can build our own super ship. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Yes.
I miss Starfield. It's a good game.
It is good. I still play it. I just played through Watchtower again, and there's another mod that's really good called Everbright that I just played, a DLC type, small quest type mod. Really good.
Okay. Do you have to buy it?
Yeah, it's like $3, $4, something like that. It's not much at all. Speaking of the creations, I did worry, and Bethesda has done this in the past. It being called Armada, you get in Watchtower, you get to make your own fleet, and you can make it up to 9 ships. Well, that's almost an Armada. I hope Bethesda's not adding something that was already added in a creation, because
Yeah.
Watchtower did a really good job with fleet management and all that. I mean, it's really good. If you've not played Watchtower, you've got to try it.
Okay. How much is Watchtower? How much is that?
10.
$10.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you have creations potentially coming out for Fallout 4.
Yes, it's coming out this fall.
That's going to be this. We're in September, so I guess soon, right?
Very soon. And from what I hear, they've already given creators, the verified creators anyway, the equipment or technology or whatever you want to call it, to be able to make the creations, to have them ready on day one when they roll out this update. So there's going to be big DLC sized creations ready on day one.
Yeah, but King, honestly, when it comes to Starfield and this new DLC, and I just hope it injects life into this game.
Yes,
And listen, Starfield, to give it some credit here, it does have a hardcore fan base,
it does.
like 76 did
Yes,
when it initially came out.
which
It does have
saved
its
it.
own
Yeah.
hardcore fan base there. So it's not, it's not a dead game by any
Well,
stretch.
then let me ask you with that, because a
Right.
lot of people said this is going to be the last DLC. Of course, we know what Todd wanted. We know what Bethesda wanted. Let's just play what ifs here. Let's say this DLC hits much better than Shattered Space did. Let's say this is their Far Harbor moment. Will Microsoft allow some of Bethesda to keep working on Starfield for an additional DLC if it does get some life back into it?
My honest opinion, no. Creations,
Yes.
you have them. And you just said Watchtower was very good. You said there were quite a few
Mm-hmm.
creations that were very good. Well, if that's the case, you could just extend the lifespan of the game through that,
Yeah.
and just have verified creators make these creations. And you really don't need to do a DLC if you think about it. And is that where we want to see the game go? I mean, that's microtransaction city, right? It's like, oh hey, I'll pay $5 here for this quest line. I'll pay $5 here, $5 there.
But
You could
Joe,
tally up one heck of a bill by the end of the month.
Joe, five. Let's say the $10 Watchtower. It is as big as a normal DLC. It really is. And there's no DLC you can buy for $10. Not that Bethesda's put out anyway.
Yeah,
And let's
right.
be honest. Would you not today buy a DLC from Bethesda for Fallout 4?
I'd buy it. Yeah, of course I
Yeah,
would.
there you go. And Todd has said on multiple occasions that he thinks they have left games too early in the past. So my thought on Starfield is, if Microsoft will let them, and this DLC does good, I believe Todd will keep a team on it if Microsoft will let him. I just don't know
I
if they will, because they
I
are so Fallout focused, which
I
goes
think
into our
though.
next story.
I think though, yeah, Fallout focused as they should be because of the show and how well the Fallout franchise, how many players it's added because of the TV show. That's why I think they're gonna kind of let Starfield be, and then you have creations to kind of pick up that slack and to still feed the hardcore fan base.
Yes,
Just like with 76, the hardcore fans, the fans that play that game, are gonna buy Fallout first every year. So the
absolutely.
fans that play Starfield consistently, they're gonna go and say, "Oh wow, this thing." $10, a quest line, as I said earlier, this looks really fun. I want to go buy it. I want to extend my Starfield playthrough a little bit here. So
Well,
that's why I think they'll just go in that direction, and Starfield will still make them money, just in a different way through creations. And I think that's why it's here. That's why they implemented it, is for that reason, so they could go and move on to their other projects like Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5.
I'm just going to throw this out there because me and you talked about it about a month ago.
Yeah.
And there has been an article on it as well, at least one. One of the things that Tim Lamb said was new gameplay systems. How wild would it be if they implement some kind of co-op or multiplayer into Starfield before they moved on, before they kept a little team on it? I mean, would that not inject some oomph into Starfield?
I think that's what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, why that would get, because No Man's Sky.
And that way they could do what they're doing with Fallout 76. But go ahead.
Yeah, No Man's Sky has generated such a following, and it's so popular now. And they've done such a great job. Now imagine, King, me and you hopping in our Starfield game
together. Yeah.
And we just play together.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, King, I'm going to follow you around.
No, Joe, come over here and see the ship I built. Come in. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go and scan some planets. We're going to have some fun.
I'd jump back in tonight with you. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's why I think I think that's very feasible.
Yeah.
And if you're not don't make it an online game, but make it, so like me and you, we can play together.
Co-op. Yeah, true co-op.
I think that'd be cool. Weren't they trying to add that to Fallout 4 or wasn't Fallout 4? It was supposed to be online initially.
They wanted a online version to Fallout 4, and that's what 76 was. Yeah, that's literally what it was. They were working on that for Fallout 4, and it kind of went a little too long. They said, well, let's just make it a new game.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it was.
So was it co-op or just online?
It was multiplayer, but see, 76 is not an MMO, so it's kind of in between a co-op, what you'd call co-op, and an MMO.
It is. Right.
So, yeah, it's a little bit more obviously than co-op. It's a multiplayer, but I love the formula that 76 is. I can't get into the Elder Scroll. I can't get into the MMO formula. It's a little too much for me. But
76 does a fantastic job.
They do. They
do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And once when you understand, I mean, we've been saying this for years. Well, once when you understand how to play the game, it's incredibly,
because it is different. It's different than a single player Fallout. But once you get it, it's like, it clicks again. Yep.
Once when you get it and understand it, it'll just sink its teeth right into
it. It does. It clicks, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, speaking of Fallout, let's jump to our second story, because some people are thinking this is Elder Scrolls related, and it could be a little bit, but I think it's very much Fallout related. It was about 3 weeks ago, that Bethesda hired a new senior quest designer. I'm sure you've heard the guy from BioWare. He worked on Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 4. He actually worked on, what was the other? BioShock, one of the BioShock DLCs. So he's got great writing and great heritage. Now, he did work on Dragon Age the Veilguard, but from what I hear, he worked on the good parts of it, and he left before the game was done, so you can't blame that one on him. But John Dombrow is his name, I think. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But just today, Bethesda has hired another senior quest designer. This guy's name is Andrew Olson.
Okay.
And the good thing about him is he comes from ZeniMax Online Studios. He's one of those guys that got laid off from Microsoft when Blackbird and all that, but he has worked at ZeniMax Online Studios for 12 years working on the Elder Scrolls Online as one of the senior quest designers there. He has come over. Now, again, most people are going to think it's the Elder Scrolls 6, but I think the Elder Scrolls 6 is past needing more new blood. I believe, this is just my opinion, I'm going to throw it to you and ask what you think. Fallout 5, we got the word, has just been greenlit about a month ago. I think they're already starting on Fallout 5 and needing more people.
Yeah. It's when it comes to Fallout 5, like you said, Microsoft wants as much Fallout content as humanly possible. So Microsoft potentially hiring more help for Fallout 5 over, let's say, an Elder Scrolls 6, because let's face it, Elder Scrolls 6 might be closer to being done than we think.
Yeah, we're getting close to the start polishing this thing stage. Yeah.
We're getting very close.
Yes.
So with that being said, it's like, okay, well, what game is coming out after that, and would they make a boatload of money from because of the TV show? You want because who knows? Listen, season 1 of the TV show was fantastic. It was fantastic. Hopefully season 2 is even better. Then hopefully season 3 is better. 4 is better. 5 is better. How long do we expect to have this TV show?
Mm-hmm.
Like how long do we expect it to go on for? So it might go on for 4 or 5 years. You want to capitalize on your next Fallout title as soon as humanly possible around the hype of this show.
Yes.
So that's also why, I mean, I know Fallout spinoff, yes, all of that makes sense. But King, Fallout 5.
That's the biggie.
Put a 5. That's going to sell like hotcakes.
That's the biggie.
It's going to break records.
Yep.
It's going to break records. I think it would do better. Call me crazy. I think it would do better than a New Vegas 2 or New Orleans or New Mexico or San Francisco. Fallout 5, it could be it could be over there too, of course. But Fallout 5.
It's just that mainline title, that everybody's waiting on. It's going to
go bananas. Microsoft knows that.
Yep.
I guarantee you they're trying to get that bad boy out as soon as possible. And hopefully it's really great. I think it's going to be really great. Of course I do.
Well, I'm glad you agree with me, because this pretty much makes us know then we've got a double development going on. In other words, they're not going to wait until Elder Scrolls 6 is done before they start on Fallout 5. I believe they're starting on Fallout 5 now, right now. It's in development.
Right. Yeah.
And it's Bethesda doing it. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we have 2 main guys, and these are big time in the industry. These aren't little hires. These are big hires. You don't bring 2 huge big hires in on the end of a game.
Yeah.
Normally, you hire these for the beginning of a game.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, I would love to know, what they've done, how many of the ZeniMax Online Studios have come over, what they're doing with Bethesda, as we know, Bethesda Game Studios, as we know, and we've talked about it on this podcast. Microsoft came in and reorganized them. I would love to know now what the organization is between those 4 studios. Instead of having a mobile studio, a support studio, a multiplayer studio, all this, do we now have an Elder Scrolls studio and a Fallout studio, or did they just bring more into Maryland? I wonder how they did it. Do you have any idea or thought what Microsoft may have had them do? How do you think it would be better for them to be developing 2 games at the same time? Would it be better to do it in a centralized location, or, like I said, have 1 studio Fallout and 1 studio The Elder Scrolls?
King, I honestly, I just think that Microsoft's goal, get Fallout out.
Fallout out as quick as possible.
It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter if you cook it in the oven. It doesn't matter if you do it, in your grandma's kitchen. It doesn't matter. If Fallout 5 is ready and Fallout 5 is ready to make money,
Microsoft will be happy.
if Fallout 5 comes out before Elder Scrolls 6, we're okay with that too. Ooh, did I hit a nerve?
Well, us Elder Scrolls fans will say, no, 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 no. It's been way too long for Elder Scrolls. But Joe,
I fell in love with Skyrim.
Yeah.
Love that game. What a wonderful experience. What a wonderful game. Just the world alone is fantastic. Oblivion, same thing. But so I want an Elder Scrolls 6. I want Elder Scrolls 6 too. Of course I want that. But at the same time, when it comes to Fallout, and when you think, hey, and listen, we're getting Elder Scrolls 6 before Fallout. That's happening. So don't get it twisted here. That's happening. But what I'm saying is, maybe you see Fallout 5. Maybe we're not waiting until 2033.
Yeah.
Maybe
No, not at all. I don't think so.
Maybe it's 2028.
And as me and you've talked, there's going to be no more 5, 6, 7 year development cycles. But do you know what this November is, Joe? It is the 10th anniversary of Fallout 4. That means it's been 10 years since we've had a single player Fallout game. That makes way too long. We've talked constantly how long it's been since the Elder Scrolls, 2011. But 10 years in the business world again is forever.
It's what, 15 years or 14 years since Skyrim.
Yep.
10 years since Fallout 4. What are we doing?
Yep. Well,
you can't have these franchises that can make you a boatload of money sitting dormant like that. That's ridiculous.
Well, you talked about it, and let's end with this, because me and you talked about this before the podcast. Pete Hines just did an interview, and he didn't really go into detail, but he said the Bethesda of today is not the Bethesda of yesterday, because he came up in Bethesda from before Morrowind. Okay, so he knew it when it was 50 people all working in one office. They all knew each other. He said they all spent birthdays together. They were friends. All that. It was not a business. It was personal.
Right.
Well, obviously things are different now at Bethesda, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because what happened, and you made this statement, I'm going to give you credit for it. When Microsoft bought Bethesda, they tried to let Bethesda be Bethesda. I'm going to go ahead and, since it's your point, what did you mean by that? And what happened?
Yeah, no, what I meant by that was Microsoft purchased Bethesda and entrusted them and said, hey, we
love what you do. Yeah.
We purchased you for a very handsome sum of money, right? What, like $9.5 billion or something?
Yeah,
it's a lot of money. Yeah. So
it would ruin a $10 million bill. How's that?
Yeah. So it's they trusted them to come out with Starfield in 2022, and they delayed it because of the backlash they got. And then when it did come out, it wasn't not that it wasn't good. It didn't live up to the masses' expectations. They got hammered for that.
Yeah.
So Microsoft is a little peeved and a little upset. Like, hey, we let you do what you wanted to do. Now you have the Fallout TV show, a massive, massive hit. We don't have a game to release alongside of it because we trusted you to work on your own stuff that we thought, hey, it'll make us money. Bethesda knows what they're doing. Well, I mean, do you really? Because wouldn't you have come out with a new Fallout title alongside the TV show?
Yeah.
But wouldn't you have done that? The thing is, it's like, oh, maybe they didn't think the TV show was going to be as much of a success. King.
Fallout 4. And you both were screaming for content.
Yeah. Fallout 4 made almost $1 billion in the first day it came out.
Yep.
It's like, what are we talking? Of course, the Fallout franchise was going to be a home run.
Yeah.
It
So
was terrible planning.
so Pete Hines says it's not the same Bethesda. Well, Microsoft, and we know this now, Microsoft, when all those layoffs happened, another thing they did was, as I just said, they reorganized Bethesda Game Studios. So they turned Bethesda Game Studios into a game making machine now. They want Fallout fast.
Right.
Yep. They're not going to wait until after the Elder Scrolls 6 and then wait 5 more years after that. They're not going to do it anymore. They're just not going to do it. And I don't blame them, Joe. You have 4 studios. There is no dadgum sense that somebody wasn't working on a single player Fallout for the last 10 years. You got 4 studios.
Yeah.
Oh, but we got blades and we got castles and we got all these good things. Give me a single player Fallout. Give me a single player Elder Scrolls.
If you told me when I was 23 years old when Fallout 4 came out, if you told me that the next time I'll be playing a brand new single player Fallout game will be when I'm married, have a kid, approaching my mid-30s. If you told me that, I would say, yeah, right. Because
you're crazy.
Fallout 4 was such a massive success financially. There is no way that they would have waited that long. And guess what? They did.
Yeah. But I think Microsoft, as you said, they've put the hammer down and they've said, we're not having these long development cycles anymore. We understand your games are big. We understand video games take longer than they used to, but we're getting them out. And I expect around a 4-year development cycle for Bethesda Game Studios now, but I believe also they're going to have double teams working. So we may get 2 and 3 year development cycles, if that makes sense.
You expect a new BGS game every 2 to 3 years?
Yep.
I mean, I love the sound of it.
I think that's what Microsoft is going to demand.
So then every 4 to 6 years, a new Fallout game then. Huh?
What else does Microsoft have other than Call of Duty that's as big as Bethesda? BGS.
Yeah. So there is one franchise. I mean, there's 2 of them. You have Halo.
Yep. But it's kind of been in decline lately as well.
1,000%. But then you have Gears of War.
Yep, Gears of War.
Now, Gears of War. Well, that's my second favorite gaming franchise, right? So you had Gears of War. Gears of War. They remastered the first game again, and it just came out. It came out on the PS5. They're coming out with a brand new game, Gears of War E-Day, E-Day it's called. That'll come out probably next year. Gears of War 6 will come out after that. So you do have the Gears of War franchise, but King, I agree though. Outside of Halo and Gears of War, you had nothing. Xbox, Forza, I mean, I guess, but you had nothing outside of those 2 top franchises. And then PlayStation had everything.
Yeah.
PlayStation had them all. So now you have 2 franchises in Elder Scrolls and Fallout who are, I would say, bigger than Halo and Gears of War.
Well, they are now. I mean, right now at this moment in time. Yeah.
Yeah. So those 2 franchises, well, Elder Scrolls and Fallout are going to make you a load of money.
Yes. But you can't wait 10 to 15 years, which both of them have been 10 to 15 years. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. No. And how can you pay for 4 studios? Well, let's just put it in perspective again. When they built Skyrim, when they designed Skyrim, 100 people did it. 100 people. Yeah. Bethesda Game Studios Maryland is now 400 people at least, and they're still hiring. That's only one of 4 studios, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that games are a little tougher to design. Well, you got the manpower. What are you doing with them? So right. I think Microsoft was. I still don't like Microsoft. I don't like the layoffs. I don't like any of that. But I love the fact that they came in and redesign BGS, because me and you've been screaming for it for a year now, at least. Joe, it's been an awesome podcast as always. You got anything left to say? Got anything left in your tank?
I had fun.
Absolutely.
I had a great time. I love doing this, and I can't wait to do it again.
Dadgummit, we get to this point, and I always tell you, would you tell me at the start of the Dadgum podcast to say subscribe to Joey Caps? I'm going to do that next time. I'm going to write it down. Y'all, if y'all have not subscribed to Joey Caps, please do it now, please. But the people that are watching to this point have already done it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But thank y'all so much. Joe, I love you. Thank you for being here. We'll see y'all next time on the Bethesda Brothers podcast. Bye, everybody.